Dr. Film here, and no, I'm not qualified to be a doctor. Before we get started, you should know that this review will contain... You know what? We don't even need this. I mean, come on. Gone. I mean, we pretty much know what this movie is about, right?
Yes!
And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe for reviews and more. And please follow me on Instagram at Dr. Film Rotzes for updates on my channel, links to my reviews, you name it. And so, without further ado, let's go under the sea! Wow!
The characters.
How about we start off with our main star of this film, Ariel, played by Hailey Bailey. This actress did a pretty good job with what she was given. And when she sings in this film, my gosh, she can really sing. In fact, Melissa McCarthy herself admitted she was in tears the first time she heard Hailey Bailey's version of Part of Your World. But honestly, I feel like Hailey Bailey's performance in this film was an imitation of Ariel from the animated movie. She didn't really bring anything new to make her character distinct. As for Javier Bardem as King Triton, he was not really a king per se. Whenever he's on screen, he doesn't have this commanding performance. It felt like he was just some guy filling in until the real king returns. And now, let's talk about the main villain of this film, Melissa McCarthy playing as Ursula. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like she was miscasted in this movie. Don't get me wrong, her performance in this film was not half bad. But the thing is, every time I see her on screen, I just think that this is someone else who happens to be named Ursula. If you ask me, I think Queen Latifah should have taken the role as Ursula. Wouldn't that make sense? Not only is she a rapper, but she's a great singer as well. Not to mention, she actually played Ursula in the Little Mermaid live-action show on ABC.
Poor unfortunate souls, in pain, in need. This one longing to be thinner, this one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Those poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true.
And yet, they chose Melissa McCarthy to play Ursula. Did I miss something?
Visual effects.
The effects in this film can be pretty decent at times, but other times, the effects can look poorly on screen. Especially in the climax, where like in the original movie, Ursula grows into a giant. In that animated version, that Ursula was scary as heck. But in this film, she looked like a boss battle in a video game.
That's exactly what I said.
And I have to say, the designs for the sea creatures was poorly mishandled. When will these filmmakers realize that just because this is a live-action Disney remake doesn't mean that all the animals have to look realistic? I mean, look what happened to the Lion King remake. Look how that film turned out. And yet, they still decided to make these sea creatures, these side characters that we're following, into bland, expressionless characters. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
That's what I said!
Musical and story.
Now, to the film's credit, they did well recreating the songs from the animated film, and some were pretty interesting to watch, like Part of Your World, Under the Sea, and there are some new song additions in this film that were honestly pointless.
Oh, that's cold.
To sum up, the songs in this film were pretty decent, but they're not as great as the original songs. As for the story, do I have to say anything about the story? It is the exact same thing that you have seen before in the animated film. So yeah, if you're expecting something grand or new in this film, don't bother. It's a repeat of what's already been done in the animated version.
Damn it.
Overall, my friends, why do they even bother? At this point, you guys, you have to ask yourselves, what was the point of producing this movie if they're just gonna do the exact same thing they have done before in the previous live-action Disney remakes? At this rate, there's not gonna be any audience members in the future if they keep continuing down this road. If anything, this live-action remake makes me appreciate the original movie even more. So all in all, this movie just wasn't it for me. And there's nothing that this film can do to change my mind. The Little Mermaid scores a 6.5 out of 10. Well guys, that's it of my review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. And please follow me on TikTok at DocRonSays for trailer reactions, funny videos, you name it. And as always, I will see you guys at our next appointment.
Next time on Dr. Film.
Can't stop me